Now I'm going to show you how to create quizzes. So like we've been doing in our module, in our course, in this module, I'm going to just click on the plus sign and I'm going to create a new quiz. Again, you go to your drop down menu and now you're going to pick the word quiz. We're going to create a new one and we're going to call it just practice and just add. That way you have your quiz. Every time you add something, by default, it's going to be at the bottom. So as you can see, all the quizzes are going to have like a little rocket ship. That way you will know that that's a quiz. Again, we're going to fix our quiz and just try to make our quiz for our students where the quizzes are your tests. You can copy, you can put pictures, you can copy words or text, and you give them different ways to do your quizzes. As you can see, you have the main page where it gives information, but you can edit. That way you can change what you want to do in your quiz. So the first one is the details about your quiz. So it's important that you put on the box editor that you put the directions for the students. So on this one, you know that you will put the directions. For example, just read each question carefully and answer um, and put any any other thing that you want. The bottom part, it's where you're gonna decide what type of quiz you want to do. Is it a graded quiz? Is it a practice quiz? It's a survey. So in order to get a grade, you have to decide that it's a graded quiz, okay? And it's going to show up as an assignment, okay? Again, you have the option to sync it to Skyward. Right now, we don't have that option yet, so do not press on that one. Shuffle answers is it means that it will change the options for the students. Even though they have the same answers that you put there, it will switch the answers for all the students. You can decide if you want to give a limit to the test. It depends on you too. And you can also allow multiple attempts. So for example, if I click on that, you have also other options. Like you can keep the highest score they get, or you can decide on the latest one, or you can decide on an average. That it will depend on what you decide. And then you can also put here how many times you will let the students take it besides the first time. So if I put one, that means I will get one more time. Or if I put two, it will give them two more times besides the first time that they take the test. So let's leave it like that. Then, if you give them the option to take multiple attempts, it will ask you if you will let the students know if they're incorrect answers. So as you can see, let students see their quiz responses. Incorrect questions will be marked in the student feedback. And you can let them see the correct answer. I wouldn't let do that. Maybe only after the last attempt they can see their answer or after each attempt. So you decide which one. And if I pick here, let them see the correct answer. But I will say only after their last attempt. Because if not, they're going to be able to see all the answers by the last time and they will get all 100. And the other option that I do recommend, especially for the little ones, is that maybe you want to decide and pick one question at a time. So that way they can see only one question, focus on that, and answer that question, and then move to the next one. And you can even lock the questions. So if you don't want them to go back, you just put that one. But if they don't know the answer, they can go back. Don't press on that one. Um, Filters, you don't need the restrictions. Again, you assign it to everybody. You can put a due date and you can put a day where the quiz is going to be available for them. So just play with this one. You know that the only thing is that once you create your test and any of your students take this, if you want to change any of these options, it will give you a message that says that some students already took the test. So make sure that you fix their grade if you have to. So I think this will be okay. So once you put your details about your test and what they have to do and how you're gonna grade it, then you go to the questions part. So here is where you're going to start creating your quiz. So first, you can do a new question. And once you click on that new question, it's going to give you this box where you have the option to change it in this drop down menu. So question, you will put what question number is. You can put question number 1. It will be, for example, you have a drop down menu right next to it. So that's where you are going to decide what kind of question you're going to ask. For example, I'm going to do a multiple choice. I can do true or false. You can do fill in the blank, multiple blanks. So depending on what you are asking your students, you have to look at the different options they give you. You have even an essay question if you want, or just for math formula questions, or just number sentence questions, or they can even upload a file. So let's say that my question that I'm going to pick, I'm just going to do multiple choice A, B, C, D. Then you have the number of points that you're going to put to that question. So you can change it and give in a value, whatever value you want to put. If you have one question, 100 points, or 10 questions, 10 each one, or just 5 questions, 1 each one, you decide on one. So where it says the menu here, it's up the editor, the word editor, that's where you're going to type your questions. You can add pictures. If you go here on the side, on your right side, you can upload files, you can add images, depending on the type of questions that you want to ask the students. For example, this is my multiple choice. I'm going to type the question and I said, for example, Miss Bernadette's favorite color is, and as you can see, they only give you 2 possible answers. You can add more. So I'm just going to put here blue, it's going to be my option. Orange is going to be my option. I want to add another answer. So you click on the plus add. And I'm going to say black, it's another option. By default, always is going to mark the first one as a correct one. But that doesn't mean that you have to put the right answer there. Whichever you think is your right answer for this one, it will be this one. You just click on the arrow next to where you put that answer. So do not think that you have to do it the first one because it's the green one, it's the order. You can switch the right answer to any position. I'm just going to give them 3 options. Once you're done with your options, what you have to do is update the question and it will save it. As you can see, you're the teacher, you're creating this. You won't see the answer choices, but when your students take the test, they will. I'm just going to add one more question here so that way I can show you how students will see it. This will be my question number 2. Now I'm going to do true, false question. I'm going to put 10 points here and just going to put Miss Bernadette does not like ice cream. Is it true? Is it false? But it's false. Update my question. So when you're creating this, yes, you put your questions or pictures. Let's say that I want to do this for little kids. They don't know what ice cream is. I can add an image, and as you can see, you can click there. I don't have an image of an ice cream, but I'm gonna look right here if I find in Flickr a ice cream picture that I can add to my test. So let's say I like that one, and I'm gonna put it there. That way the students see what do I like or no. I'm gonna change the side and update. So now they see that I don't like this. So is it true? Is it false? The answer is false. Once I put what I need, I update my question. So now the students are going to see my sentence and they are going to see this. What happens if I don't like the question, or maybe these letters are too small? I want to make them a little bit bigger. So you go to the pencil and click on it, and that will let you edit. So I go back, and just like Word, you highlight the words, and I'm going to change the size of my font, and I'm going to put it a little bit bigger. Again, you update every time you change something on your questions, just update. We'll have to do the same on the top. Just go back and edit and change the font. And update. If you don't do the update, it won't save your changes. So like I said, this will be my test. I think I'm gonna save it because I'm going to add more questions later, but I wanna make sure that this what the students are going to see. So as you can see, this quiz is unpublished because I haven't clicked on my publish button yet, but you can preview it. When you preview it, it's going to show you how the students will look at it. So as you can see, that's my first question, where you will be able to even pick the one and say it's that one, and that's what your students are going to do. And then they go next. That way they can see the next question, and they will see the picture, true, false, and then they click and then submit. Okay. If you keep if you want to keep editing the quiz, just click on that button on the top with the pencil, and it will take you back to the questions, to the details and the questions. So just make sure that you click on your questions and you keep adding any other question that you want to do. This is the way that you can create your quizzes. I'm going to show you another examples of other quizzes. This one is from Miss Rosales in our school that she did for the summer school. And as you can see, she put the instructions right there for the students with pictures. And this is a simple test where she's asking the students to put the pictures in order. And as you can see, that instructions with those pictures are going to show up every time the students look at the questions. So when they go next, they still are going to be able to see the pictures. That helps to help them answer. And like you see, she just needs a number. So they don't even need to write anything. She just put the directions, type the number in the box, and their answer is just a number that they have to type there. So as you can see, you can create questions where you put pictures, give directions to the students. They can answer typing numbers or words. And this is just a short, quick quiz with 5 questions. And the last one, she gave them a multiple choice where they have to decide about the story.